Welcome once again in the class of design of steel structure. In last lecture we have seen the eccentric welded connection of type 1. So in this lecture we are going to see the eccentric welded connection of type 2. I am Mr. S. Sogule, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. So this is the bracket connection of type 2. So when the movement is in the plane perpendicular to the weld, that is center of gravity of the weld group lies in a plane perpendicular to the plane of line of action of applied load, the weld is subjected to shear and bending. The eccentric load can be made concentric along with the bending moment. So here you can see this is the weld over here. Here the weld has been provided, and this is the brackets and this is the weld. The load is somewhere over here. So this is the eccentricity, this is the depth of the weld. So when we are making this eccentric load concentric with the bending moment, so first the weld in such case is subjected to direct shear. So here the shear is there because the resisting force in this direction and the P is in this direction. So obviously there is a shear. And bending stress due to bending moment. So here you can see, as you have seen in last, this movement try to rotate this thing in this direction, that is in this direction, and the reaction is in opposite direction. So here you can see, so this will try to rotate this thing in this direction. So there is a bending moment. So either butt weld or fillet weld can be used for such connections. So first thing, that is direct shear in the weld, that is load divided by the effective area of the weld. So load divided by this area of the weld, whatever it may be. So in case of fillet weld, so the tau VF calculated is P divided by 2 dt. So in fillet weld, what will happen? We are providing the weld at the two edges. We are connecting the bracket. So here it is one weld, and on the other side there is the another weld. So it is entire bracket. So here we are connecting, this is one weld and this is another in case of fillet weld. And in case of butt weld, tau we have calculated P divided by dt. So in case of butt weld, the weld is somewhat like this. It is behind this bracket and it plays the role like part of this bracket. So it should be behind and it has a thickness same as this bracket. And the bending stress in the weld, that is moment divided by section modulus. So in case of fillet weld, when fillet weld are subjected to flexure, the common relationship, that is sigma b, that is bending stress my divided by I, may be used to evaluate the stresses. The actual failure and therefore the critical stresses exist on the throat of the weld, that is at the 45 degree to the weld leg length. Thus here we have the sigma b P into E into d by 2 divided by this Z, that is 2 into TD cube divided by 12. This is the movement of inertia of particular fillet weld, and 2 because on the both side we are providing, like on this side and on the opposite side we are providing the weld, so that's why it is 2, and this d by 2 is the this y bar, this d by 2 somewhere over here. So Pe into 2 into Td square divided by 6. The throat stresses is then treated as a shear, since 45-degree line of failure is indicative of the shear fracture. The horizontal shear stress is assumed very linearly from 0 to mid depth to maximum at extreme fibers. Therefore, tau vf calculated equals to actually tau vf1 calculated pe into 2 td square divided by 6, this thing. And in case of butt weld, sigma be calculated, that is pe divided by 1 by 6 td square, because we are providing only one weld over here, that is also behind. So this p into e is there, d by 2 again there, and instead of this 2, that is td square divided by 12. So by dividing this d and 2, we will get 1 by 6 td square, same as the uh, section modulus of the square rectangular shape, not a square, rectangular shape. So the combined stresses in the fillet weld given by the following equation, that is tau vf1 square plus tau vf square plus tau vf1 square should be lesser than tau vf, that is 108 newton per mm square. So this is because these two are, in case of the fillet weld, these two are the shear stresses, so that's why we are doing this thing. Now for the butt weld, that is combined bending and shear stresses are there, so they may be checked by the intersection formula which is given in the IS code. Remember, this thing is given in the IS 800 1984. So we have the formula, that is sigma b square plus 3 into tau vf1 calculated should be lesser than equivalent stress. This is the equivalent stress, and it taken equal stress, it should be equal to yield stress of steel used. So these are the how we can find the stresses and to which we can compare. Now the design. In the design of such weld connection, the size of weld may be assumed and length is computed. If length of the weld is more than the twice of the depth of the bracket, the size of the weld if revised. So in this kind of connection, we have to assume the size of the weld and length can be computed. If length of the weld is more than the twice of the depth of the bracket, the size of the weld may be revised, because we cannot give that much depth, or we have to increase the depth of the bracket then, so we need to revise the size of the weld. So first step, assume the size of the weld and compute the throat thickness. Calculate the depth of the bracket from either the following appropriate equation. In case of butt weld, this equation we have to follow, that is d equals to under root 6m divided by t into sigma b, where sigma b is 165 newton per mm square. In case of fillet weld, we have this formula, d equals to under root 6m 2 into t into tau vf, where tau vf is the 108 newton per mm square. So the direct stresses can be computed in terms of throat thickness by from the equation, that is this. These are the equations. By using those, we can find what are the direct stresses, and the stresses due to bending moment can be computed by using these equations, that is this and this, and the equivalent stress can be computed by using these equations. So this is the design procedure for the uh, bracket connection of the type 2 in eccentric welding. Now the problems. So a bracket plate of 10 mm thick is used to transmit a reaction of 100 kilonewton at an eccentricity of 100 mm from the column flange. Design the weld. So here we have this kind of connection. Weld is here. We have the eccentricity of 100 mm of the load, for the load 100 mm. The bracket depth is given, that is 210, and this is the 10 mm thick bracket, and we are having here ISHB 300. So moving further, now first we are going to design with the butt weld. So the effective throat thickness in case of butt weld is T, that is thickness of the bracket plate. We have the 10 mm bracket plate. So the depth of the bracket plate. So D equals to, we have the formula under root 6m divided by T into sigma B. So 6 into 100, that is force, into 100, that is eccentricity, divided by 10 into 165. So you are getting here 190.06 mm. We are providing the depth of 210 mm. It is always better to provide a more depth. So the direct shear, we have the formula tau F, that is the P, that is this force, divided by this D into T. So this 100 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 210. So we are getting here 47.619. Please note that uh, this should not be here. It is this. So it is only 10. That it. This is D into T. So we are getting 47.619. And now the actual bending stress, that is sigma B, that is 6m divided by Td square, rather m divided by Td square divided by 6. So I am taking this 6 over here. So 6 into 100 into 10 raised to 3 into 100, that is eccentricity, divided by T is 10 and 210 square. So we are getting 136.05 Newton per mm. So we are taking check now. So 6be square 6b square plus 3 into tau vf square. So this 136.05 square plus 3 into 47.619 square. So we are getting here 159.098, and which is lesser than the yield strength of the steel. So it is, design is safe. Check whatever steps we have done. So first we have assumed this throat thickness, so which is basically equal to the thickness of the bracket plate in case of the butt weld only. So after that we have calculated the depth, then the direct shear, then the bending stress, and by using this formula we took the check. And if it is not sufficient, then we have to increase either the depth or the thickness of the bracket plate in case of the butt weld. But here the plate has thickness of the plate has been already given. So again, if it is not satisfactory, we have to change this depth. Now the fillet weld. So the maximum size of the weld, that is 10 minus 1.5, that is size of the plate minus 1.5 is 8.5. So minimum size is 5 mm. So we have to provide the weld between 8.5 and 5 mm. So provide 6 mm fillet weld. Provide 6 mm fillet weld. So the effective throat thickness, that is 0.7 into 6, that is 4.2 mm. Again we need to calculate the D. So by using this formula, 6m divided by 2 into T into tau Vf. So this 6 into this 100 is the force. For calculating them we required E, that is its eccentricity, which is 100, then divided by 2 into 4.2 is the throat thickness, and this 108 is tau Vf. So we are getting the depth 257.17, and we are providing 280 mm. So provide a plate of 280 mm. So we'll get tau Vf calculated first, that is P divided by 2 into this dt. So 2 into this T into D. So we are getting 42.517 Newton per mm square, that is this direct stress. And here tau Vf1, we have the formula 6 into this m divided by 2 into Td square. So 6 into this m, that is 100 into 100 divided by 2 into support thickness 4.2 into 280, that is the depth of the bracket. So we're getting here 91.1. So here you can observe we are getting this much depth here bracket plate, and here we are getting it 280. So it is more in case of the fillet weld. So now the combined stresses. So we have the formula, that is tau vf square and tau vf 1 square under root. So by making all these things or putting the values, we'll get the final stress 100.53 Newton per mm square, which is, we are having different value here, which is lesser than 108 Newton per mm square. Hence the design is safe. So these are the way we can design the particular joint. Sometimes you may have to check the stresses or check the stresses. So same procedure we have to follow, and sometimes you have to calculate the load. So as we have done in earlier problem, we can calculate the uh, loads by equating, either in case of butt weld, equating this final equation to the this equivalent stress, which is again equal to this yield stress, and in case of the fillet weld we have to equate this to the shear stress in weld, that is 108. Same over here. So references for this lecture is Book of Design of Steel Structure by S.K. Duggal. This is for today's lecture. Thank you. And this way your first unit will be completed in today's lecture. So we have learned the introduction about steel structure, advantages, disadvantages, different kinds of loadings, and the connections, that is welded connection, riveted connection, and bolted connection. Also the eccentric connections of four types: two in the weld, two in the rivet. So this way our first unit is over. So remember one thing, we have to use these connections in coming lectures also, uh, or the coming modules also, that is in case of tension member, compression member, and sometimes in case of bending also we need to use these kind of connections. So the connection part is over, and in coming lecture, we are going to see the design of different kinds of members, that is tension, compression, flexure, etc. So, thank you.